Hello there, dear listeners. It's roughly 8 p.m. British summertime, and you're tuning in to Free Your Ears Radio. I'm one half of the dynamic hosting duo out here trying to free your ears and your mind. My name's Kit Campbell.
And I'm Joan Whedon. Today, we bring you news of protests over at Kent State University, Ohio, where our brothers and sisters across the pond have been fighting the good fight and standing up against the war in Southeast Asia. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with the latest, don't fret. We will cover all that for you. It all began when the US president failed to keep his promises and authorized US troops to invade Cambodia, attacking the Vietnamese troops stationed there, vicariously failing to uphold his word of peace. To top it all off, Nixon did this all on his own, failing to inform his Secretary of State nor Defense Secretary.
Understandably, our American compatriots at Kent State University reacted, gathering on campus to deliver speeches. When their voices weren't heard, they escalated. There were reports of violent clashes with law enforcement, including bottles being thrown at police cars. In response, the Kent Mayor Leroy Satrum declared a national state emergency before closing all the bars down. This only served to anger the mob more. They'd start taking the fight to local businesses and calling them out on passive ignorance.
However, listener, it's through great dismay that we regretfully inform you that once again the long arm of the law has come crashing down with great consequence. When Ohio's governor, the Republican James Allen Rhodes, sent in the National Guard to silence their voices and once more quell the rising tide of peace.
As expected, the soldiers opened fire. Witnesses report in just under 20 seconds, around 70 shots were fired in total, heartlessly killing 4 students and injuring 9 others, the closest of which was around 80 meters away. Just what threat did they pose? 2 of the 4 victims were just bystanders, walking to class and getting on with their days. Now I ask you, all our friends out there, just what is going to happen to these murderers? To these instruments of oppression and pain? To these rabid government lapdogs? Nothing. That's right, brothers and sisters. As it stands, the guardsmen that discharged their weapons, fatally striking several of their fellow beings, stand to be exonerated of any wrongdoing.
Frankly, we here at Free Your Ears are left both shocked and appalled that the lives of young people like ourselves and those involved are valued so little that this event will go entirely unpunished. The United States government is typically equivocal, dodging the blame every which way possible. We encourage you listeners to join us in a stand against this abuse of power, to take a stand in support with them, to show the man that in everything it does to silence us, it will never win. We will not let the deaths of Alison Krauss and Jeffrey Miller be in vain. Honouring them and continuing the stand for peace. We will not let our brothers and sisters, William Schroeder, Sandra Skewer, Alison and Jeffrey, be forgotten. We will always remember them. We encourage you at home to join us in a minute's silence to honour the fallen.
And now we present to you a collection of the victims' art, letters, and poetry. This is their identities, their hearts, and their minds. This is the voice of those spent in the name of freedom. Here it is, my 20-minute special. One of these days I'll concentrate and take my time and win a Pulitzer Prize. The sudden growth of an empathy, perhaps brought on by the gaining of years, the birth of a newborn sympathy for a mother's sorrows and fears. Raising a son who was always attacking what you felt was needed regulation. Now I see it is I who was lacking, ignoring the most sincere supplication. Days gone by shall never return, despite the most reverent of prayers. It is not all in vain. I shall certainly learn from my previous conflicts and errors. Learning from the past is a prime consideration, for many influence shall linger and last, to be passed on through me to the next generation. There's been happiness too, thoughts and deeds worth preserving, accomplishing things you wanted me to, for a mother who was so deserving. There are many wonderful things yet to be done. The thought of the future dominates any other. I promise to be a better son, if you'll stay just the same as my mother.
The war without a purpose marches on relentlessly, not stopping to mourn for its dead, content to wait for its end, but all the frightened parents who still have their son fear that the end is not in sight.
How can you help the cause? Well, as New York University students have been so valiantly crying out, they can't kill us all. Rise up and take your stand. We're broadcasting this to you as a call to take up their cause and rage against the American war machine.
Your voice is important, so use it like we are. Shout, be heard. Each and every one of you out there, you matter. Believe in yourselves. No matter what you do, it will be seen. No matter what you say, it will be heard. No matter how hard they try to shut us down, we will only come back stronger.
Amen to that, sister. Keep preaching love, peace, and rock and roll. We're going to take a little break now, and we're going to leave you with what Neil Young has to say on the matter. This is Ohio.